How's it going today, Jera? Thanks for coming back. And if you're new here, I'm Jera Sky. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Today, unfortunately, I'm not going to do as positive a video as I would like because I am sick of modern medical. I am sick of the modern medical system. If you don't already know this, the past few days I have been in and out of vet hospitals, trying to figure out why my dog's leg was swollen, why his little lymph nodes are swollen, what is going on, why he has some edema. It just showed up and now we have to deal with this. So we've been to 3 different places. The first place we went, we had him check and they're like, he's been a little weird, limpy on that leg. They're like, it's fine, nothing's there. Thank you for nothing. Second vet we went to was a holistic vet, and we went in there and they immediately were like, we should give him antibiotics and we should give him anti-inflammatories. That's a cocktail to kill my dog, thank you very much, especially not knowing if he actually even has an infection or anything. They didn't want to test for anything. And I was like, this is a holistic vet. Why is the first thing we're going to be doling out is antibiotics? That is the last resort. That's our last resort. We don't do that first. This is so dangerous. Very upset because we went to a holistic vet specifically to avoid modern medicine, okay? We wanted somebody to figure out what was wrong so that way we could actually treat what was wrong. So there we ended up forcing them to give him x-rays to make sure he didn't have a fracture or something. We forced them to take a blood sample so they could see, did he have an infection? Did he have bacteria? Whatever. We forced them to also do a little cytology thing, so they took some fluid cells out of the lymph node to see if it was cancerous or not, and also see, again, if it had inflammation, all that. Results, blood work, good to go. Freckles doing great, all his organs are functioning, doing wonderful. No sign of infection, no bacteria. Get the cytology back, no cancer cells, nothing. Just the only thing inside, inflammation. Yeah, no okay, the lymph node's swollen, no there's inflammation. And then the x-rays revealed nothing, just the most adorable little puppy paw you've ever seen. And then we were worried, maybe it's a sprain, should he be walking on it? We weren't sure. Didn't seem like the fluid was going down. We didn't know how long it would be. I read online, if it's in there too long, he could have his leg amputated, so freaked out, got a little worried. But from them, they still just wanted to give us, even after finding out there's no bacteria, no nothing, they want to give us antibiotics. And then the prescription strength anti-inflammatories, Rimadyl, which if you look it up, a lot of bad side effects. If your dog takes it too long, there's stomach bleeding, then death, okay? Too long could be a month, just 1 month. Very frustrating, very, very frustrating. So we convinced them to just give us the holistic anti-inflammatories, antibacterials for now. Why? Because we can always go further, okay? But we can't go back. If you give him the high stuff, you can't take that back. Right? So why go so extreme, so fast, if there's no sign of anything? So we're like, okay, these guys, I don't trust these guys. And we took them to emergency pet hospital that is now new here. Funny story, it's actually where I used to take some improv classes. It's now turned into a freaking pet hospital. So weird. So we went there, talked to the ER docs. He mentioned, could he have run into any foxtails? If you don't know what foxtails are, this is what it is, because we found them. They're very, very dangerous for your pet because they are so hard to get out. And if you get them in the wrong places, if you get it in the nose, his head, it can kill your dog. Very scary. Obviously, it's worst case scenario. Most cases are not that, sure. But not ever even having heard of it, if you have a pet, is how have I not heard of this? And yet, apparently we all know. And we're like, no, but then I personally was like, maybe, I don't know, he walks around and he loves to rub up in bushes and everything, so, he definitely, it's a possibility, I don't know exactly. I didn't know what it was at first, I thought it was a bug, then I looked it up and I was like, it's a plant, and then I was like, I feel like I've seen those before. So anyways, we didn't do anything, but then that doctor checked the fluid in there, pulled the fluid out, just looked like water, real plain, had a little bit of blood, but only because, it wasn't really, it's like a light tinge of blood. There's nothing in there, nothing cancerous, nothing weird, nothing gooey, nothing pussy, nothing, basically water in his leg hanging out. And then even after he poked the whole wall, little bits of it was pouring out of it, not pouring out, out of it until we got home. So that happened a little bit, but it also relieved some of the pressure, but then moved the water bit to a different part of his foot, and then he was like, oh, I don't like this. But still not really having any pain in that we touch him, they would adjust his limbs, everything, nothing. He's not having pain, he's not doing a whimper. We've stepped on him before. If you step on his little paw, he goes, arr! So he is capable of telling us if he has pain, or even if you touch something that he doesn't like, he'll go like that, not doing stuff. So very frustrating. And what did we do then? So we couldn't do, he recommended an ultrasound because he said his little lymph nodes are really swollen, we should check. So today we did a ultrasound. So that's why if you're like, man, Jera, you look tired, you look worn out. Yeah, I have not had very much sleep. I've definitely been under eating the past few days. Just have not really had time to focus on myself. Is what it is. Okay, so today, went and got his ultrasound. He checked all in there. He's like, his puppy heart sounds strong. All his organs look great. The only concerning thing is that he's got swollen lymph nodes. A couple, not all of them, just the couple. I think there's two. There's two swollen lymph nodes. One near his bladder and one at the back of his leg. It's two swollen lymph nodes. So it's not like it's riddled in his body or anything. And he was like, it could still be lymphoma. And we're like, we already had that checked out. There's no cancer cells in there. What is with these doctors? Put me in a state crying, and I was freaking out. And I'm like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? We got a write up for how much it would be for them to do, because they wanted to remove one of the lymph nodes. And then me and Brandon were like, should we do this? I don't know. And then we were feeling pressured. It felt like they were pressuring us to rush into doing this today. And I was like, you know what? We don't want to do this today. How about, he said, with the ultrasound machine, he can do a better, little poke prick, pull out the cells to make sure that, maybe the last vet didn't get the right cells to check to see if it was cancer or not. So we're like, fine, we'll do that. So we did that. So we'll have those results tomorrow. Guess how much money we have spent trying to figure out what is wrong with this dog? We spent almost $2,000 trying to do this. So this is why I save my money. So when this kind of an emergency happens, have the money to check and see instead of to just treat my dog and possibly risk hurting him further. Because if you don't find out what's wrong, that could be the reason how you lose your dog. So convinced him, but then they got us all worked up, making us think it was cancer again. And then I'm just not convinced. He has none of the signs of it. He has an appetite. He'll walk around. He'll pee. He is drinking a little bit of water, but I think it's because he's trying to clear out those lymph nodes. What are the other signs of the cancer? He has none of them, except for the only thing is the swollen lymph nodes. That's it. It's very frustrating because everybody's like, well, it could be cancer, it could be cancer. Very negative doctors. Everybody wants to be like, could be cancer, could be cancer. Then tonight, we went to Air One, go to the grocery store to go get some more other homeopathic things. We were maybe some other antibacterial for freckles. About a week ago, we were at Air One as well. And walking freckles. And I remember there was some dry stuff over there. And I wanted to go check tonight because we happened to be over there. And I was like, okay, you know what? I had a weird thing when he said the foxtail thing. Could he have rubbed up on something? I was like, he did rub up on this thing over there. And I was like, I want to check it while we were there. Sure enough, foxtails, baby. That's how we got that picture that I showed you earlier of the foxtail, because we found it. Foxtails. So then we grabbed a piece of that, brought that back to the ER vet tonight. So we've been to that hospital 3 times today. Went back. We're like, look, and then he was like, yep, that's a perfect example of a foxtail. And I was like, oh my God, are you kidding me? And then he still was like, well, I still don't think it's foxtail. And I was like, are you freaking kidding me? This started about a week ago. We were at Air One about a week ago. I just brought you in a foxtail and told you there was tons of them, whole bushes of them in front of this post office. And you're gonna tell me that it still could be cancer? I'm not a doctor, but I'm not an idiot. It's just very frustrating, so we have to wait till tomorrow to get some cytology back, make sure there's no cancer cells, which there's not gonna be, because this dog is so healthy and it's foxtail. We know it's foxtail, and there's nothing we can do but wait until it gets so irritated and tells us where it is, and then we can get it out. There's nothing else we can do. He just has to suffer. But the whole point of this is how frustrated I am with the modern medicine. That everybody wants to just jump to giving, we're not supposed to be just prescribing antibiotics like that. Isn't that the whole reason we have these antibiotic resistant bacteria now? Because it's being overprescribed, overgiven out just willy-nilly. Yes, I don't want to just give my dog an anti-inflammatory that's going to cause another issue while we're trying to figure out this issue. Just not 100% convinced just yet. It's not to say that I won't give it to him. I just think this manic rush that all the vets have put us in, all these doctors put us in, isn't right. And if you are dealing with medical issues with just you yourself, or if you or your pet, be okay with taking the evening to think about it before you rush into the next step. Because the next step they wanted to do with us was to remove Freckles' lymph node, put him under anesthesia, and then take another sampling of the other lymph node further up. And that was going to be about $3,000 just for that unit. And guess what that would still only tell us? If there was cancer. Are you kidding me? Like, it won't even, it's like still nothing. It's still nothing. So it's just, they just want to take your money. I'm like, gotta be more careful, more mindful. I know it's expensive to test for things, but it also rules out accidentally giving yourself, your dog or yourself, something that's gonna hurt you later on down the line and when you didn't need it. Just taking things you don't need hurts you. So please out there, it just gets to anybody taking their dog to the vet, just on the fence, your insides are telling you that this isn't, you don't feel like this is the answer. And even after bring the foxtail and say, my dog was in this bush, and they still say, it could be cancer. Trust yourself, because if your dog has zero signs of all of the rest of that, it's probably not cancer. It's just very frustrating. I've been in and out of good mood, awful mood today, and I just wanted to share that because also in case anybody has animals and you're around, even if you're in a city environment, there are foxtails around, and you just gotta be careful because be really uncomfortable for your dog. So this is just why I don't like modern medicine, because we never want to find out what the problem is. Okay? If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to put some comments in the comment section below if your dog ever has, or animal, what other animal, all the animals can get it, had foxtails. What did you do? Advice would be lovely. I'm gonna be Googling like crazy and watching videos and everything, but yes, please share. Or any other, little bit more natural anti-inflammatory stuff. It'd be wonderful. Thank you very much, you guys. It's been nice, but I gotta go.